Welcome to Wisdom of the World. Today I'm going to tell a story from Bhutan. It's about when your life seems like a roller coaster. It is called Sing Sing Yangdonma, and it goes like this. A long time ago in Bhutan, in a very narrow valley in the mountains, there lived a girl. She lived alone with her father. And she stayed while he was working the farm. She stayed at home weaving. She made beautiful, intricate weavings in a traditional loom. Now, one day, a raven flew by and dropped a piece of fruit right near her. And she picked it up and she smelled it, and it smelled really good. And then she ate it. It was delicious. It was the best fruit she'd ever eaten. And so she decided she should have more of this. So when her father came home, back at the farm, she said, "Dad, this and this happened." And the father said, "That's not a normal fruit, my dear. That's a fruit that grows only in the orchard of the Sinpo." Now, Sinpos are mythical human eaters that are very, very strong. And so the father was extremely hesitant to go there. But you know how daddies cannot refuse their daughters. So reluctantly he agreed. And he went over to the orchard in the next valley at night. And there he saw the tree with the fruit, and he saw the Sinpo sort of leaning against it, sleeping. And the father was quite brave. He still climbed the tree and he harvested the fruit. But accidentally one dropped on the head of the Sinpo, who immediately woke up. And the father said, "Sorry, I didn't mean to do that." Yeah. And the Sinpo said, "Not only did you steal my fruit, you also threw one on me. I have to eat you." And the father pleaded for his life, and he said, please, I'll do anything for you." Then the Sinpo said, "Okay, make your daughter my bride." And the father, that's his only daughter. I mean, he didn't want to do that, but he didn't have any choice, really. So he says, "Okay, but you have to agree. You have to guess her name." And so the Sinpo agreed. And the Sinpo sent first a monkey, then another animal, and then finally he sent a bee, a honeybee, to check out what her name was. And the honeybee found out, waited at the farm till the father called his daughter. So the Sinpo came and got Sing Sing Yangdonma. And he took her over valleys and valleys far away. And every time the girl stopped, "She saw a beautiful place. Is that your place?" "No, it's not my place. That's somebody else's," said the Sinpo. And then they went further and further. Finally, she came to a real desolate, horrible house made out of bones. You couldn't hear a thing. There was no birds, there was no animals, there's nothing there. And he tied her up and he hung her upside down in a basket. And then he left. And she cried and cried because she thought she was never going to be able to escape. And she was left in the care of the daughter of the Sinpo. But then all of a sudden she had an idea. She sat up in a basket and she said, "Oh, I can see India. Oh, I can see Tibet from here. I never want to leave this basket." And she was all going on and on about how beautiful the view was. And after some time, the daughter got sort of interested and said, "Can I can I also see the view? Can I get in there for a little bit? And it's the Sing Sing Yang would say, no, it's just... But in the end, she agreed, and she went out of the basket, and the daughter went in, and immediately Sing Sing Yangdonma tied up the daughter and put her in a pot full of boiling water. That's how she killed her. Then she saw a bunch of keys hanging close by, and she got the keys, and she opened one door, and a lot of children came out. And she opened another door, and a lot of young adults, boys and girls, came out. She opened another door, and middle-aged men and women came out. And she one more door, and there, just blinded from the light, there was an old woman. And the old woman said, "What are you doing? How did you get here? The Simpa will come and eat both of us." And she said, "Take this." And she took off her skin, her old wrinkled skin, and gave it to the girl. And it says, "And take as much jewelry as you can on the way out, and run and run." So she did. Then the Simpa came home, saw what happened, and immediately went after the girl. Now Simpos, they can cross valleys just with huge big steps. So very soon he caught up with her. But she was dressed up sitting as an old woman, just like many old women do, with her back to the sun. And the Simpo said, "Did you see Sing Sing Yangdonma come by?" And she said, "No, and I've been sitting here for many days." And then the Simpo said, "Okay, then," we pushed her aside, "Get out of my way." And the jewelry sort of cracked a little bit. And the Simpo said, "What's that?" And then she says, "Oh, that's just my old bones rattling." Yeah. And she rubbed her knees. And the Simpo went on. And after many days, the Simpo still had not come back, and the girl felt pretty safe. She was happy she had escaped the Simpo. And then there were 3 young men coming by, and they were carrying long bamboo poles. Actually, they were the sons of the local king. And the first one said to her, "Get out of my way, because it's hard, you have these long poles, and the end of them shuffle over the ground." And the second one also pushed her away. And the third one just went around her, trying really not to touch her. And when he accidentally touched her, he also hurt all the jewelry. And he made sure she was okay before he went on. Again, many days passed, and the Simpo didn't come, and the lady felt finally confident enough to go. And she went to take a bath in the river nearby. And she took off her old skin. At that moment, also that youngest son of the king came by, and he saw all of a sudden this old woman, which became this beautiful young girl. And even more than that, he fell in love. And she also fell in love with him. So they got together, and they lived happily ever after. If you have any comments on this story or suggestions for another one, do let me know. Thank you.